I'm trying to figure this thing out. Set it up, guys. Okay, so this is the first time I've gone live on YouTube in a long time, actually. First time. What song is that, Shannon? This is King Bubba Bubbling. You want me to pull it up for you? Alright. So, I know this is like new for everybody. So I'm going to give people a chance to get the butts over here because I know. Let's see. Hi, Shannon, sexy queen. Tassalani Elliott. I can't ever say your first name. Maggie, Marissa. My name is Jade. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Marcus. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done a live on YouTube in like years. Let me share this on your page. Send out a tweet. Let everybody know I'm live. This is where we're going to be for a while. Yeah. Hi, Janice. Long time I didn't see you, girl. How you doing? Jiggy, what's up? Jiggy SKB. This is actually I love this rhythm. This is Kurt Riley. A next song on the rhythm. Yo, Booba! Yo, I just get my visa. Yo, also. I love the city woman, them love. Alright. So, yeah, let's call the Visa rhythm. This is the Visa rhythm. So, I really, really like this rhythm. So, big up everybody that is over here tonight. I know that this is a major change for everybody. And I know that, you know, everybody's used to going live with me on Facebook. And it's just been easy to go over there. And it's like work to come over here, blah, 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 blah. But I think that moving my lives over to YouTube is going to make a lot more sense down the line. Because obviously you guys know that there was this whole situation that was going on, and a lot of that drama was stemming around on Facebook. And because in a lot of places Facebook is like free, right? So it comes as a part of people's phone packages, as well as you can like pay, you know, a certain dollar amount and have like unlimited access to Facebook. I felt that a lot of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Hunger lights find their way on Facebook and harass people on Facebook. So I felt like maybe moving over to YouTube is going to be a little bit better. Also, I feel that because a lot of people going live on Facebook are not bloggers. And this is causing confusion with the bloggers from the non-bloggers, because everybody's basically going on Facebook Live and everybody's literally like doing video blogs on Facebook. So I felt like moving over to YouTube, it's going to take a couple of weeks to build back up the fan base over here. So I know we're accustomed to like 500 on simultaneously. It's going to be a while till we get back to those numbers. But I want to get everybody in the habit of getting the Bundown and the Dear Babbzy's live onto YouTube. Somebody gave me an idea about streaming to both. I'm still looking into that. I don't know how that's going to go. But yeah, streaming to both locations may be an idea, may not be. We'll have to see about that. My name is Jade says, block people easy. Honestly, it became, when a whole entire country is taking you on, you can't block everybody. Like, it just became a nightmare. So I just figure over here might be good for a while, and plus people might be able to come and see the after play and whatever. So we're just gonna try this out for a while and see how the fans like it, if they do or they don't like it. Someone says I'm clashing with On Stage. Oh yeah, I was actually supposed to go live yesterday, but then I ended up going today. So I'm just doing a test today to see, you know, how it's gonna look, sound. Is it much better than Facebook? Is it no difference than Facebook? You know, from where I am, I look a lot clearer on YouTube to me. You know, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like my highlight looks shiny in the wow, go there highlight. So yeah, I know I'm clashing with On Stage today. That won't be happening in the future because I normally go live on Thursdays and Fridays. The Bundown with Babbzy is on Thursdays, and then Dear Babbzy and Babbzy After Dark is on Fridays, and we're just slowly bringing all of that back in. You know, I retired, right? And I was actually enjoying motherfucking retirement. But then the people were like, you can't retire, Babbzy. You're not allowed to retire, Babbzy, and all of that shit. So I've just been slowly getting back into it because, to be honest, just to let you guys know, like, I just kind of lost the love of blogging now. And social media is so different now than it was 5-6 years ago when I was blogging. You know, like, you had more people who were just interested in having, you know, adult, mature conversations, right? And now it's just like we're not in those times anymore. We're just in the time where people just want to insult, you know, disrespect, be rude, come up and cuss out people. So it's gotten really hard to, you know, be in a situation like that because I have always been used to a little bit more mature fan base. So if you ever notice, you never really see on my page, you know, suck out your mother and this and that and whatever, right? But it's like now the times are so different that that's just normal conversation. And for me, that's not normal conversation for me. You know, I can cuss, you know, we know I can trace somebody, but 99% of my life is happy. So it began to feel like every time I had to come on Facebook to do a blog, to do something, to say something, it just became this battle and like tug of war and cuss out. And I don't enjoy that because for me, like, I'm the kind of person that if I cuss you, like, I literally have to lay down and regroup for like maybe 2-3 days because it drains me so much to cuss with people because I'm just not really used to cussing with people, which is why even partying for me now has become kind of a nightmare because in my mind I'm like, do I really want to go to this club, get in an argument with somebody drunk, because it's like that's just what society is like now. You go out, you can't have a good time because there's somebody out here trying to interfere with your day. You know, simple things like going to the gas station, you know, like this Jamaican woman cussed me the other day. And it was like, I like Lego the beast on her. I was like, yo, she was trying to cut in front of me in her Hyundai and I was driving and she just came over on top of me and I literally had to brake so she didn't hit me. And then she was just like, go on with your drugs car and go on with your blood clot drugs money. That owner come a foreign for do. Owner come a foreign for sell blood clot drugs. And I was like, bitch, you black and you talking about drugs? Like, you fucking stereotype your own people to the magnitude that you're trying to run me off the road because you think I deal drugs? Like, no, I went to school, I have a job. Like, I'm a legitimate black person in society. And she's like, go on with your blood clot drugs car. And I'm like, the fuck do you mean drugs car? Like, that's what, like, and then it's like, Babbzy, don't bother with the conversation. Because these people, their minds are like, they can stretch about that much. It was like, don't bother with the conversation. And it's just every single day is just people out here on Facebook and everywhere they just talk stupid, man. And it's like, where do you work? What do you do? You know, how do you survive? And you're just this ignorant and stupid. You know, another thing that was like always coming and Mr. Elliot is in the chat. He can attest to that. There's always some man on my page being like, shut up about blood clot, dance hall, you know, yeah, beer jam, gonna talk about soca, when I want you in a wee thing, and it's just like, since when does it mean that you listening to dancehall means you want to be a Jamaican person? I don't understand that. Like, I don't see people who listen to hip-hop music be, you know, pressured about, you know, wanting to be an American because they listen to Biggie and Tupac. Like, I just don't even understand. Every day is just anger. Everybody's so frigging angry all the time. Like, you know, I just wanted to come in and say a few words and be like, hey, you know, what's happening, whatever. Like, I'm not angry. What's with the anger? Like, everybody's always angry. What is everybody so angry at? You know what I mean? Like, I'm reading an article where this 18-year-old stabbed his classmate and killed him. The other one's in critical condition in New York. And it's like, oh, bullying. And I'm kind of like, well, yeah, like bullying. Like, this is a problem. But if your parent is a bully, your kid's probably going to be a bully. Because if the parents, if kids watch how their parents navigate with people, they're probably going to turn around and be the same exact way. And bullying has gotten to a point now where it's just like, I feel bad for a lot of people. I was bullied in a sense growing up. I wasn't bullied to the magnitude where people were slapping me around and trying to take my lunch money, right? But I was bullied in the capacity of I did extremely well at school. Like, when I say extremely well, like, my lowest mark in grade 6 was a 99. Like, I literally did that well, and I got harassed by the teachers because of that. And they were always like, you know, we're going to do your test after school. 5 of us are going to stand and watch you because you're cheating. And it was like, but I'm not cheating though. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm actually, like, I studied and I did, like, I'm not cheating. And they always accused me of cheating, and they always pressured me to be like, you know, what are you doing that you're getting these all right? What are you doing? And I was like, I just know the fucking shit. Like, what do you want me to do? So I grew up from like about age like 8, 9, always being, you know, pressured by adults to like prove that I have this intelligence and prove that I know what I'm talking about. So in this time now, being on social media and being a blogger, it's okay for me when people talk shit. I don't care what people say about me. My concern though is you're in society and you're not acting normal. This is unnormal behavior. Like, you know, I have 2 phones. I have the S8 and I have an iPhone 7. Now, of the 2 phones, I like an S8 better. I know if I put an S8 is my favorite phone right now on Facebook, I'm going to get these people who love Apple that are literally going to come and threaten the fucking shit out of me and be like, yo, you buy mine Apple because blah, like, and it's like, yo, I have both phones. Like, if you ask which one I like better, I like the S8. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, you're cursing somebody over an iPhone and an S8. That's not normal. So then it's like, these are the people that are in society, working at Walmart at a register, pumping gas, working at the liquor store. They're unstable. That is unstable behavior. And to me, if you come home and log into a fake profile and go on Rihanna's page and be like, bitch, you ugly. And then you go on Beyonce's page and be like, bitch, you ugly. It's like, that's a concern. Like, that is a fucking concern. Like, that's weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've never gone on somebody's YouTube video and be like there's videos that I see come up in my feed. Sometimes I see Gully Bob, sometimes I see Amari. I don't tend to comment negatively on people's videos. But even on an Amari video, I'll read the comments and I'll be like, whoa. People are like, hey, Dr. Blood Clot, y'all, go skydiving, go kill yourself. Yo, got that. And like, I'm like, yo, you're telling somebody to kill themselves. And this person isn't even really stable to begin with. And you're telling them to kill themselves. Like, that's not really a reflection of them. That's a reflection of you. Because what could be going on in your life that you're telling somebody to kill themselves? That's not normal conversation that grown people who are happy about their life do. So I'm confused that you telling someone to kill themselves. You know what I mean? Like, why? And everyone just walks around like this is normal. And it's like, I'm afraid because I'm like, yo, a whole fucking lot of people are acting really unstable. So it's like when you see people stab people in the classroom, when you see people get in their car and run over people randomly on the road, when you see people go back to their old workplace and shoot it up, when you see people do kinds of things, cause this because we allow this to be our life and our existence. And we're just like, okay, you know, this person's crazy and whatever. And then it's like, it's not bad till they go and kill 20 kids in a school. And then it's like, well, he was kind of fucked up to begin with. And, you know, he was a little weird, like, but you thought that was normal or you thought that was funny. So for me, it's like, when I look at the Caribbean, that makes me even more afraid because Caribbean's in a bad state right now, like crime-wise. Like I was gathering crime stats for a video that I have to do, right? Like, I have Trinidad as of like the 15th of September. What was that? 336 murders for 2017. St. Vincent is at 28 murders for 2017. That might, as I said, fluctuate a bit because it was September 15th. These stats were taken. St. Lucia is at 37 murders for 2017. Barbados is at 26. And Jamaica's at 1,093. Like, Jamaica's at 4 murders per day. Like, that's a lot of murders. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect nobody, but I feel bad for Andrew Holness because it's like he's not equipped to really, Jade, 1093. Andrew Holness isn't really equipped to handle this. And he's implemented this new strategy in Jamaica where he's just like, okay, you know what? We're going to give rewards for people who turn in handguns, right? So, you know, there's like $150,000 reward for like rifles and blah, 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 blah. And he implemented this at like the beginning of September. If you notice and you read the news every single day, you're going to notice that rifles are turning up in Jamaica all of a sudden, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to increase crime because police who know which gunman has which gun, he's going to be going over there to grab that gun because he wants that 150,000 Jamaican dollars. That's like around 1,500 US. That's some good money in Jamaica. You know what I mean? You turn in a good 3-4 guns a week, you're living pretty, right? So now you're going to have people struggling on the road fighting for the guns because they want to go and turn them in and get the money for them, right? And my thing is, life is really simple. Shit that happens is simple. There's always 1 + 1 is 2. And I think what people run into trouble with is that they try to complicate life. You can't get to Jamaica by bicycle or by taxi or drive there. You can only get into Jamaica by sea or by air. So instead of trying to clean up the guns off the street, you need to prevent the guns from coming in, period. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm looking at this the wrong way, but guns can only come in a barrel or through the port because you can't carry a rifle gun to that magnitude on an Air Canada flight to Jamaica or on a WestJet flight to Jamaica. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like life if you're trying that. But you need to stop the guns from coming in. You don't. Then you take them off the street. You're taking shit off the street that's still coming in. So to me, it's like you're getting treated for gonorrhea, but then you go back and sleep with the person with no condom who has gonorrhea. You're just going to get it again. Like, you need to stop the problem and then clean up afterwards. That's just the way I see it. So it's like when I'm seeing 1,093 murders for the year, I'm like, what the rascal? Like, yo. And it's just, these guys don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle things. They don't know. They're just like kind of just throwing up shit and just figuring out things along the way. And my concern is that the people are goats to begin with, and not just Jamaica. I'm not saying Jamaicans are goats. I'm just saying people in the Caribbean, period, are just goats. Like, they're sheep. They're They don't know how to use their brain and think about things in a rational way or look at things from a different angle. So it's like people who are leaders, they know what they need to do. You know, like they know that they can tell you any shit and you're going to represent this political party. And they know that no matter what the next political party could say that's true or false, you're not going to listen to them. And it's like, it's just going to always be this cycle of things going back around and around and around. Yeah, we've lost our way. You're a bit off the mark, sis. Guns cost more. The awards been offered. No, Talani, I'm saying that there's guns that are there right now that Officer Bab might know that you have in your house, but he used to let you go through a blind before because he knows you have a gun. But now Officer Bab knows you have a gun that's worth $1,500 US if he turns it in. So look in the paper this week. Look in the papers this week. If you look in the papers every day, rifles are being turned up because these people now are taking the rifles from whoever. They're like, police seized 4 rifles this week in Jamaica. Who do you think they seized them from? They're seizing them from people that they know have them. It wasn't like they just stumbled into these rifles. Everyone knows who has the guns in Jamaica. They know that. They know who the gunmen are. They know who the dons are. Like, we know that. So what I'm saying is, instead of offering rewards for getting the guns off the street, they need to implement a more stricter protocol to prevent the guns from getting into Jamaica, period. They can only get into Jamaica through barrels, through cars, like through the sea. Like, there's no way else you can get guns into Jamaica. You cannot carry a rifle in your backpack and fly there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the problem is coming into 2 ports, air or sea. You need to just stricten the ability for people to bring the stuff in that way. You send guns in barrels. You send guns in cars. You send guns like that way. Just tighten security at the port. I don't know. Like, in my mind, shit is simple. You don't like this hairstyle? Unpick it. Like, you can't get to Jamaica on a bike. You can't get to Jamaica by a car. You can only get to Jamaica 2 ways, air or sea. It's not like Canada where there's borders and like you can't get to Jamaica by car. So to me, it's like, think about how they're getting in there. Have you put any effort into researching that? Because it's been getting into Jamaica and into Barbados and into Grenada and into St. Vincent and all these islands. Is getting in the same way that it's always been getting since the 80s, through barrels and through cars. So like, put a stricter protocol at the port. Metal detectors when you pick up your barrels. Like, certain things is it's just like, yo man, why are you guys all the way down here? Come back up here and think about what you're doing. So that's my concern. I just think that with the gun violence increasing, you know, it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse. We're just gonna get worse. So for me, I just really think that, you know, I just read the news every day. I was like, boy, I don't even read the news today. I ain't even reading the damn news. While your numbers are small, we have to tell people where you are. Them soon come. Oh, my numbers are gonna, listen, let me tell you something about my numbers. This video might tomorrow, after going on Facebook, have 30,000 views. I don't watch numbers, Janice. I'm not a numbers-driven person because I don't do stuff for numbers. But one thing I did want to talk about today, and this, I'm glad a lot of people is a mixed group today, is relationships, because I feel like people are losing themselves in their relationships, whether it's relationships romantically, whether it's relationships with their mom, their dad, their siblings. Some of the things that a lot of people come to seek counsel from me on is concerning, and I'm just kind of like, whoa. Now, the problem with many people is that AD World 2017, you are expecting to be respected, but you don't dictate the respect. Now, I'm going to elaborate on that. What that means is you go in life expecting to be treated in a certain manner. And when you're not treated in that manner, you make an excuse for the person not treating you in that manner. or you basically do things that are going to aid them to keep disrespecting you. So one of the ways I see people do that is somebody cheats on them. And then it's like, you know, the situation was a very disrespectful situation. And then, you know, you work it out, you take them back, and then they cheat on you again. And then you're like, I can't believe what he's doing to me, or I can't believe what she's doing to me. And I'm like, he and she's not doing nothing to you. You are doing it to yourself, because you're not leading with how you want to be treated. So no one's going to treat you in any way unless you tell them how you need to be treated and dictate that. And I see this with people all the time. You guys just let people come in your life and you want to keep the peace, but in keeping the peace, you're losing yourself in keeping the peace. You know what I mean? Like, you're losing who you are to keep the peace. You don't keep the peace and lose yourself. You literally have to be like, you're disrespecting me. I'm not tolerating that. And if that person leaves, that means they don't respect you. You can't accommodate respect for somebody and they don't respect you. And I think so much of you look at shit so wrong out here, man. You know what I mean? You be like, oh yeah, he loves me, but this, and this. And it's like, no, you need to love yourself. It's like, okay, the other day this video is playing and Selector's telling the girl to take off her clothes and this and that because he has the new S8 he's going to give her and whatever, right? And like, people were blaming the Selector and they were like, why is he encouraging this girl to strip herself? And then for me, I'm like, I'm blaming the girl, because someone could tell you to do anything. That doesn't mean you jump up and you do it. So like, in my mind, she has the problem, not the Selector. The Selector could be like, yo, bend over and skin your crutch at me right now. You still have a choice if you want to do that or not. You still have a say in how you dictate yourself. You still have a say how you govern yourself. So everyone's like, yo, the Selector boy, blah. No, but it's the girl that has the problem. Now, the problem might be she wasn't raised right. She didn't raise with morals. She didn't raise with that. But the problem is really her. Because people can ask you to do anything. You need to know if you're going to do it or not. That's the real issue. And a lot of you don't see yourselves as worthy enough to dictate how you're to be treated. Like, I'll give you an example. The other day, I was by my friend's house. And we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. This guy walks in now and he's like, yeah, BMW, yeah, a page has a BMW. And he's like carrying on Jamaican guy. Like, he just came up from Jamaica maybe like 3-4 months ago. So I didn't say nothing to him because he's not talking to me, because I don't talk to people who mumble talk, right? He's not talking to me. So then someone was like, oh, it's her car there. And he's like, yo, catty, I want y'all. Who's a catty? Like, you're calling me a cat? A cat is an animal that has fleas. Like, you can't be talking to me. I still don't answer him because I'm not going to answer to something that I know that I'm not. A lot of people would have answered him and been like, oh yeah, hey. I'm like, he has to speak to me properly for me to address him and acknowledge his existence. If he doesn't, I'm not acknowledging his existence. He does not exist in my world talking like that. So when he comes over and he's just like, yo, man, I like people from Barbados, you know. And Barbados full of body, man, you know. And that's why I'm saying, you been to Barbados before? No. My first time I get on a plane like this year when I fly come foreign. So how you know all the people in Barbados are body, man? Because that's what the people, them are say. Interesting. Who's your favorite artist right now? Mavado. So I'm like, Mavado. So you're gully side then. A gully side must say, yo, come grandfather come from over cassava piece and blah blah. The man start carrying on. I'm like, let me give you an example of what happened to Mavado. My father came to Barbados and them same batty man that you're talking about ran his motherfucking ass out his hotel, left his damn suitcase and run at the airport because he was trying to come and flex off out in Barbados with the fucking Marhole man them, and they basically done his rascal. Oh, check the articles if you didn't believe me. So the batty man them that ran your favorite artist would make your favorite artist what exactly? Yeah, I'm gonna like talk to foreign gal and no, but hold on a second. Your artist was run by Batman in Barbados. What does that make him now? See, why are you talking? Like, this is where you're supposed to exit the conversation and be like, bye. Sorry, Babbzy. Sorry, Governor. But your artist got beat by Batman in Barbados. Like, he got run out of Barbados. Like, that's a known fact. Him and Julian. He's not with Julian anymore. Because he tried to rob a selector for dubplate money. And he got fucked up for that. In Barbados. Gunman. Fuck him up. The Batman gunman them. Stop talking. You haven't been there. Why don't you just listen? You've never been to Barbados. Why are you talking about somewhere you've never been? You don't know anything about Barbados. That's the problem. Everybody, me know this and me know it. Have you been there? Oh, you heard through the grapevine. I don't know what these people are talking about. Someone says, stop preaching and get on with the countdown. What countdown, Jeff? What countdown? This week's the Bundown. So we're talking about a lot of stuff that went and happened on this week. I did a video blog, actually, Jeff Richards, about why I pulled out of talking about the whole Ishawna and Daneille DI clash. I don't really want to hear anybody talking about pull your mom off life support and kill her. Like, that to me is a fucking like mood killer. You know what I mean? I don't really want to hear that. You know, and in the video I go on and I basically talk about why I don't really like Ishawna. There's a lot of artists that I don't like. You know, but I will still listen to their music. Like, I don't like Jacure. He's a rapist. I will still, like, maybe the odd time hear one of his songs and be like, yeah, he could sing. Hi, Tyrone, what's up? But I don't like Jacure because I don't like rapists. And I don't really want to gravitate to that type of thing. You could jam to Jacure all you want. I personally don't like him. You know what I mean? There's just artists that I don't like. Moral wise and certain things, and I just kind of stay away from them. So, you know, someone said they're getting tired of Ishawna. Well, you know what? I don't even want to talk about her, to be honest. I just put in the video why people were saying I'm biased and I'm just not, you know, doing the reviews fairly. I don't do reviews like that anyways. So that was just the reason. But Bounty Killer did do a very good interview on the situation. And my take on Bounty Killer is like, a lot of people think he's bad mind. I don't think Bounty Killer is bad mind. I think Bounty Killer's delivery is an issue, you know, because of who he is and where he's coming from. But youths need guidance. And the problem is, hi, all kind of thing. The problem is that in this time, you can't guide youths. They don't want your guidance. You know what I mean? Vybz Kartel was an artist underneath Bounty. Had he rolled with Bounty, I don't think he would be in a lot of the problems that he's in right now. It's like, you have to be able to, in life, take advice and take guidance from people. Even myself, I take advice and guidance from people, especially my elders, and especially, you know, people who might be in blogging, you know, longer than I have, or be in media, who have their opinions on maybe how they think I'm doing something, from how they think I could improve on certain areas. Like when I had the whole beef with Grenada, everybody had their own belief of how I should handle it, but I handled it the way I chose to, because I know with me, like, if I take the punk role, I'm not ever going to get over that. And I'm the kind of person that if I'm going down swinging, I'm going down fighting. If 10 men come to beat me, one of them's going home with no windpipe. Like, I don't know how to run and hide. I remember I was in Jamaica. I'm not going to call an artist's name because we're good now. But his entourage came and addressed me. And they were like, yo, you do a video one time and you say this about this artist. I was like, yeah. So, when y'all said that, you can't disrespect the man and disrespect this and that. Okay. But that's how I feel, and that's what I said. So are you guys going to beat me up? Like, do I have to buy you guys some Hennessy? Like, what happens from here? Because I don't understand what you're doing. You're coming to now, like, calm me down over my opinion in the middle of a dance. Like, I have on a dress and heels. Like, are you going to beat me up in the dance right now? Like, do I have to take the heels off and go in the parking lot and fight? Like, what are we going to do? And you know, these guys were like, yo, yeah, real general, big up yourself, and now we're all cool. But you came to come attack me over my belief. I'm not gonna see you and be like, well, this is what I said, this is what I meant, this is how I felt. I'm critiquing your music, I'm not critiquing you as a person. What's gonna happen now? Are we fighting? Like, can I buy you guys a Vitamalt? Like, what's gonna happen here? I don't understand. And it's like, now people are literally just like, okay, because I'm not going to back away from my belief. You're not going to make me change my opinion because you're using ignorance or aggression, you know, or bullying. Like, I'm not going to change my opinion on something. The only way you're going to make me change my opinion is if you come and put logic in front of me that's going to contradict my opinion and make me think about what I've decided. But you can't come and bark at me and be like, oh, well, you got to do this and you got to do that. Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Nah, not gonna work. So, who's that? Pastor Hamilton. Big up yourself. What's a long-ass name? Yumi. Pure ignorance, some people, right? Can you review Ainsley Harrod's spicy meat? What? Someone said I have too much mouth. I know. Or no, Jamaican people have too. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. You like the look, Tyrone? Yo, this new hairstyle. Me say me feel like Beyonce. Oh, me pull out the earring. Feel like Beyonce before the twins. I feel like Beyonce, that Beyonce. Like, get in the body, you know, she dancing and shit. Like, you know, Beyonce, yeah, whatever. So, that's why, right now, especially even for dancehall, for me, I'm just kind of like, some days I just be like, yo, I don't want to talk about this shit today, man. Because it's like, I'll tell you the truth. You see Mataran, Richie Feelings, and Foota Hype? I think that they are not using their voice to the best of their ability. So, you know, they get on social media every day, and Richie Feelings and all these guys, they give their reviews on what's happening in society and stuff like that. You know, I think that we don't want that information from them. Like, I don't think anybody's looking for relationship advice from Richie Feelings or Mataran. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm going to show you how business minds think, okay? I'm going to give you guys this for free. Walk and go with this one. If Mataran, Richie Feelings, and Foota Hype actually did videos about what people want to know from them, they want to know about the Clash life. They want to know what equipment works the best in the dancehall. So what CD mixers do they have to buy? What mixer do they need? What microphone is best? I'll tell you, if they do that for a month, Pioneer and all them companies will start reaching out to them to review products for free and pay them money to do that. Because that's the information that I want from Tony Mataran. I want to know what you did to Squingy in 1990. Like, I don't want to know about what you think about, you know, Andrew Holness. Like, you're a selector, and you're a talented selector, and the knowledge that you have as a selector is worth money. You need to sell that. Foota Hype, you need to sell that. Like, you don't need to talk about Pampute and the microwave and Barbara. Like, you need to use the knowledge you have and turn that into something where you can make money. There's no money in gossip. There's no money in bacchanal. But you're a selector. There are so many companies out there that would sponsor you. Companies that would come and be like, what do you think about Serato versus virtual DJ? Like, there's so many ways these guys could make money. Like, really bank money. Yourself out there as an artist. That's where the money is. Money's not in Pampute and Barbara. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just... But I can't reach out to them and say that to them because they might tell me to suck my mother. You understand what I mean? But the people that are out here, they need to use their voices and make money. Unless they rich and they just chilling. But focus. They ain't focused, man. Flatbush Canada. Seriously, like, for me, my thing is money. I don't want to fight with people, and I don't want to come on and backing out with people. One of the biggest fights I regret ever is with Tina Chin. I regret fighting with that. Like, I regret addressing her, far less having a back and forth with her. Because it's like, I know what she's doing. Nobody believes I'm jealous of her. Nobody believes I stole her connections. Like, all the things she said on her videos, nobody believed her. And if I could turn back the hands of time, I would have never addressed her. I would have just been like, yo, that girl's calling up my name, whatever. Because looking back at it now and seeing where she is still to this day and fighting with Dr. Love, and like, I don't want to be in that, man. I could be in that if I wanted. There's no money in that shit. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, when I come off this video, there's going to be people sending me here to review. There's going to be people like, I deal with the business side of things. I don't really deal with that side. Because in a video and talk stupidness and then just go away. And then it's like, I'm still begging for a top up tomorrow to go live. Like, I just felt like, you know, if I could turn back the hands of time, I wouldn't have addressed certain people. I wouldn't have even had conversations with certain people. Because for me, it just feels like, you know, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? And that's my more mature self speaking to my less mature self. Hey, DJ Ace, big up yourself. You know what I mean? If I could turn back the hands of time, there's so much people I wouldn't have even addressed. I would have been like, what they say? What the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? Because now I went in the mud with them. You know what I mean? So then every time when somebody's like, well, you heard Tina Chin fighting with Dr. Love, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, man. Why did I even put myself there? But I just want to separate myself from a lot of this shit, which is why I think the YouTube situation is going to be a lot better. You know what I mean? So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I just was testing this shit. I have a camera and a whole bunch of stuff set up. I don't know if you guys want to see me get fancy and move the view. Whoa. Hold on. Let me see if I can move it back now. Yeah. See? So I'm not blogging from a phone. I'm blogging from a camera. You could turn back the time, but would you turn back the lesson from the experience? You know what? That's a good way of looking at it, Pastor Hamilton. Because for me, it's just like, what people may not understand or know about me is like, I compare it to a child, my blog, right? So I start doing videos. I don't know that I'm going to end up here, right? Because I did my first video as a joke. Don't ask me about my glass. Don't ask me about my glass. So I didn't know that my blogging was going to get me here. And like, I had a lot of hiccups along the way because I never knew where I was going to end up. And to be honest, the experience did teach me, and it taught me to just don't interact with these kinds of people. And that's one of the hardest lessons in my life I've had to learn, because I'm hard ears when it comes to that. Because for me, I'm the kind of person that feels like if you don't answer back people, they gonna think you're a weak fence and they gonna come for you. Because I mean, I grew up in a tough era in Malvern, and it was like, you can't really be a punk and run away from shit. You gotta like deal with it. So when she started talking and sending her fans over to cuss me, I was like, yo, I gotta deal with it. But I realized that based on her reputation and based on my reputation, nobody believed her. So I just wasted all of that voice. But for me, as I said, I'm still in that my blog has 4 followers phase. And these are the things I need to do to keep the people at bay. Because when I first started blogging, a lot of people attacked me. You know, JW Blaze, Rachel Price, like people who had shit to say. And I was never really in a position to be able to pelt the rocks back at them, right? Because it was like, well, you know, JW and Blaze has Palance and they have the biggest song. If you fuck with them, you're going to lose fans. And it was like, well, if they come around me with their shit talk down the line, I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to let you know that. So then the situation came again where they came for me again. So then the second time I was just like, okay, gloves off, let's go, motherfuckers, boom, bang. And like Trini's backed me. You know what I'm saying? So that was a learning experience. It was I learned that, okay, when you're this small blogger, you can't just jump out and fight somebody with 200,000 followers. So the situation with Tina Chin, I learned that in future, nobody's looking at me and her in the same category, so don't address her. Which is why now, right, you have a lot of, you know, you have a lot of bloggers now. You know, I had beef with Grenada, and they're all pushing forward these people, and they're like, this person's better than Babbzy, and this person's better than Babbzy. 5 years ago, I would have been like, no, they not. This is what I do, and da-da-da. You know what I mean? I would have been quick to reply, but now I'm just like, when your video gets 10 views, holla at me. So they could say whatever the fuck they want to say about who they think is better than me, who they think whatever is. I've realized that artists love me. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them around the world. And any event, like last week I went and I'm standing backstage and this Rasta man is hugging me up. And I'm like, who's that? And then it wasn't until I got home that I realized that it was Fireman Hooper. Fireman Hooper won Soca Monarch in St. Vincent. And he was talking to me, and I didn't really know who he was because it was dark and I couldn't see, but he was so excited to meet me, talking to me, hugging me up, doing all of that. And it was like, you know, he really, really was so excited to meet me. And that's generally what I do get when I go around. So it's like, you think you're going to replace me as a blogger? Okay, go. Go and do the events that I do. Go get backstage. Go do the streaming. Go do that. Let me see you do it. And it was like I fell back this time. You know what I mean? Pastor Hamilton, I chilled back and I was like, okay, you're going to do Soca Monarch this year in Grenada? Go ahead and do it. Let me see how your streaming looks. And it was like all I saw in my feed was, yo, I can't go live at this event. And I can't go live at that event. And I can't go live at that event. And then it was like when the whole thing was done, I was like, you can't go live at events because the companies turn down the bandwidth. You're never going to go live at an event. You have to coordinate an access point so you have Wi-Fi inside the venue. But if you were a blogger, like a real one, like an established one, you would know that. You wouldn't be dumb enough to think that you're going to go in a venue and go live with 40,000 people in the room with you. Like, you should know that, blogger coming to replace me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be taking out Babbzy. You need to know that you can't go live at Soca Monarch without an access point. But this is what happens when they want to whine and jiggle and rack up in a diss. You know what I mean? But for me, I've learned a lot, Pastor Hamilton. A lot of times I just fall back now. I just be like, okay, talk. So I got that old people mentality about me now where I'm just kind of just like, you know what? Let them say what they gonna say. Because my dad always told me from the time I was a kid till now, he'd be like, Michael Jordan doesn't talk about dunking the ball. He just dunks it. Forget the talk part. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw Shal Marshall last week and he's like, yo, your show. And Shal Marshall is somebody that I grew up watching in Jugglers and you know what I mean? So for him to come and be like Babbzy or Ting Big and, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I know. Yeah, you know, so I don't need to bark at, I don't need to turn my head at every barking dog. That's the saying. That's a Jamaican slang. So that's where I am right now. And it took this last situation that I went through with Grenada to realize that I'm kind of not doing things the way I need to be doing it. And I need to be repping more for the people who rep for me, and not trying to spread my wings and help everybody, because not everybody deserves your help and not everybody deserves your advice. So I give the advice to the people who want it now and who's interested in it. And I don't try to help everybody because there's some people that just don't want no rascal help. So that's where I am right now. So I just thank you, Talani. I just calm down now. I'm just like, yo, what is it that I want to do in the next 6 months, year, and 3 years? So I'm just working towards that now, and I'm not going to just flip out at anybody that comes at me now and whatever. I'm just going to just chill. Like, remember in New Jack City when the old man went to shoot Nino Brown, and Nino Brown was just standing there looking at him, and the old man was just like, he gonna kill him. And I mean, he killed him in the end, so maybe that wasn't a good idea to use that as an analogy. Because Nino Brown did motherfucking die. But I'm just calmed down now. Thank you, Pastor Hamilton. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, man, I just gotta calm down. So a lot of times people be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I mean, people come on my fan page and be like, you suck. You're never gonna. I'm just like, okay, cool. Before I'd clap back and I'd be like, I bet you're over there fucking starving. And now I'm just like, look, man, that person has to be a cunt because people that have sense don't act like that. So seeing them act like that, Babbzy, automatically means they got fucking issues. Leave them alone. They got issues. Issues that have nothing to do with you. Leave them. But my thing used to be, nah, man, let them understand and so they can go forward and have sense. But, yo, when it's daytime by us, it gotta be dark by some people. Not everybody can see the light. Not everybody wants to see the fucking light. You know what I mean? So, leave some people in the dark. That's where they want to be. The people who want to be in the light, they go towards it. Trees bend towards the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the light, you gotta bend towards it. You want to be in the dark, you're gonna stay there. So that's how I deal with people from now on. I'm just like, okay, yo, you talking that? People be like, Rihanna sucks as an artist. I'd be like, she does, huh? Is that your educated opinion or your asshole opinion? What makes you educated enough to talk about music? Can you play music? Can you read music? Can you produce beats? Because Rihanna's selling a whole lot of fucking albums. She can't be that shit for this long. But you're just using an asshole opinion. Okay, cool. We can rock with that. You don't have an educated opinion. You don't know shit about music. That's how it is now. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. He said, all right. And I realized too that my relationship with Kevin is really what's driving a lot of the anger from people because now it's kind of like, oh, she happy. That bitch out there singing and happy. Bitch putting up photos, kissing a man. Bitch putting up poems. He putting up poems for her. And my husband don't look at me when he come home. And my husband got a next chick. And my husband got a kid down the street from a next family. And it's kind of like, yo, she happy. Let me fuck with her. You know what I mean? Trust me. Thank you, Solani. Tyrone. So guys, next week, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to put the reminder alarms on in here for Wanna. Thursday is going to be the Bundown. I'm going to talk about all the news and stuff that's been going on in the Caribbean for the week. D-World, what? D-World 2017. One thing you rock with me hard. D-World 2017 to cuss people for me in the comments. He's been like, shut the fuck up, Babbzy. You can say what the fuck she was. Like, really. You know what I mean? And Friday is going to be Dear Babbzy, Babbzy After Dark. If you've never been to a Dear Babbzy, Babbzy After Dark, it's where I read in the sexual questions, which is why it's called After Dark. So there will be men messaging me, telling me, you know, every time they go to have sex with their wife, the dick like goes limp. What do they got to do? And I'm just going to be like, drink some Suppligen and the oats. Isn't that what Cartel said? And yeah. So After Dark and Dear Babbzy are people seeking advice from me. And then what we do in the chat is we give our own opinion sometimes as to what the solution should be. Most times the people are watching silently and they're there Jim screeching. So it's actually a very good segment that hasn't gone on for a while, but we're bringing it back this week. So Thursday's the Bundown, which is a rundown of everything in the week. Friday is going to be Dear Babbzy, Babbzy After Dark. So let me say bye to everybody. Hi, Caribbean Captain. Hi, Tyrone. Boy Band-Aid will fix that. Pastor Hamilton, trust me, you gonna like Dear Babbzy. You gonna like that. You gonna really like Dear Babbzy, I'm telling you. And you know, just have a good week. I'm gonna put up some video blogs tomorrow. I have a video to edit, a few videos to edit. I have Jamaican artists that had good soca songs / careers. And then I have non-Jamaican artists that had good reggae dancehall songs / careers. So that's a very interesting one. You need to see that one and some other things for you. So yeah, see you guys later in the week. Am I going to play the song? Am I going to get banned if I play this? The new Cartel? Will Cartel come for me? Because there's people. Y'all was playing this today driving. I was like, yo, this is a tune. Big tune.
Jones have thugs and the Della Vega thugs. Stop, bang, stop, man, them. Gala been up in a 9 and in a 10. Say me never get a pussy day again.
Bye, Janice. Bye, Flatbush. Flatbush, love ya. Tyrone, love ya. Pastor Hamilton. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Gail. Bye, Amanda.
Get the oats, get the supplicants.